Welcome to the Bright Eyes Podcast, advice for healthy vision for all ages. Your hosts are Dr. Bonilla-Warford and Dr. Beth Knighton, residency-trained optometrists providing eye care to all ages with exams for glasses and contacts and specialty services including vision therapy, myopia control, orthokeratology, and sports vision training. Their mission is to empower patients by providing the best in friendly, professional, and individualized eye care.
From Bay Bridge Park in Tampa Bay, Florida, this is the Bright Eyes Podcast. This is episode number 4. I'm Dr. Beth Knighton.
And I am Dr. Nate Bonilla-Warford.
And today's episode is all about sunlight and UV protection.
That is right. And so we are at one of our favorite parks near the Bright Eyes family office, as you might be able to tell by the children in the background. Do you come here with your family, Beth?
Oh yeah, all the time. My 2-year-old loves this place.
The only thing I know about this park is that there's lots of Pokestops here.
It's great to get out to the park with our families. So there's lots of benefits of being outside, most of all being active, but it's also great being with our families, whether it's biking or camping or whatnot. The thing that we want to stress today is the importance of UV protection while we are outside. When we're outside, we're getting bombarded with all this UV light from the sun, and for the same reasons we wear sunscreen on our skin to protect our skin, we should be also protecting our eyes.
So we have a lot of patients that move here from different parts of the country or even different parts of the world, and not everybody knows this, but Florida is the sunshine state. There's a lot of sunshine in Florida, and while that's lovely and most people do move here specifically for that reason, we also do have to protect ourselves. One of the first things that you can choose to do is try not to go outside during the absolute highest amount of UV time. So that's usually from about 10 a.m. to maybe 2 or 3 in the afternoon.
It always amuses me when the meteorologist talks about the UV index for the week, because here in Florida, it's basically a 9 every day, the whole summer. And our summer is really March to September, so it's always a 9 here. So we are constantly thinking about the UV protection that we need, but not so much necessarily from other parts of the U.S. When we talk about sunglasses, it's important that we're not only looking at how dark the tint is as far as the comfort of how our eyes feel outside, but that it actually has UV protection in the lens. You want to look for sunglasses that have UVA and UVB protection in the lenses. That helps protect you from the most harmful parts of the sunlight.
And not only do you want sunglasses that have ultraviolet protection, but ideally you want sunglasses like the ones that we have on right now that have a little curvature to them, so they limit light coming in from the sides. That not only protects your eyes, the eyeball itself, but also the eyelids, and so that they should look good, they should feel good, but most importantly, they should provide lots of coverage. And you can supplement that with a hat or a visor to protect from the direct sun overhead as much as possible. So, Beth, is the sunlight a short-term, a long-term issue, or can it be both?
Absolutely both. So there are short-term effects on the eyes. So say you're going out on the boat with your family and you're going to go water skiing, so you're not wearing your sunglasses. You can actually get the equivalent of a sunburn on the front surface of your eye from all the exposure to the light throughout the day. So that's a short-term kind of consequence of the sunlight. But then also we have the long-term buildup of all this UV damage over time, which is exactly why all of our dermatologists and primary care doctors tell us to wear sunscreen and makeup with sunscreen and lotions with sunscreen on a daily basis to protect our skin. And certainly sunglasses help to prevent those same kind of skin cancers from the eyelids and the surface around the eyes. But also we want to protect the inside parts of our eyes from that long-term buildup of UV damage. The things that long-term UV damage can cause include cataracts or macular degeneration, which both can have a impact on how well you can see. We want you to be able to see long into your 90s and perhaps beyond. And so wearing sunglasses, even as a child or a young adult, really is setting the groundwork for keeping that vision healthy throughout your life.
And if you wanted one more reason to protect your eyes from ultraviolet light, it might not cause pain or it might not cause eye disease, but Dr. Knighton and I, every day when we look under the microscope at people's eyes, we can see the sun damage that occurs on the white parts of people's eyes called the sclera. People often ask us, what can I do to get rid of that? And the best answer is to prevent that change from happening in the first place. And the way you do that is to protect your eyes with sunglasses, with hats, with using caution when you're outside when it's very, very bright.
Another really cool advancement in eye care is that a lot of the contact lenses also include some UV protection built right into the contact lens. And so that's been really fantastic that companies have been integrating that into the contacts in order to promote healthy vision. One thing that I get asked a lot is, what's the difference between UV protection in my sunglasses and polarization in my sunglasses? The UV protection is the healthy part. That's the part that blocks out the harmful rays of light to keep your eyes healthy. The polarization is a filter in the sunglass that helps to sharpen the vision, to kind of give you the HD vision, but polarization on its own does not protect you from the harmful light rays. So ideally you'd have sunglasses that have both, but certainly the UV protection is the important part.
That is right, and that is what we tell patients all day, every day.
Well, thank you for listening. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, you can email us at office@brighteyestampa.com. Until next time, I forgot what we were going to say.
Brought to you by Bright Eyes Family Vision Care and Bright Eyes Kids. Find previous episodes, transcripts, credits, and more at brighteyestampa.com. Creative Commons Copyright Attribution Non-Commercial Use. Intro-outro music by Lucas-Warford. The only purpose of this podcast is to educate and to inform. It is no substitute for personal care by a doctor. This podcast is provided on the understanding that it does not constitute medical advice or services. Please consult your physician for diagnosis and treatment.